Hello. Welcome to Smart English Booster. Today, an original story. A story you have never heard before. It is about a painter, a young man named Aarav. He could paint anything. Flowers, mountains, faces. But there was one thing he never painted. What was in his own heart? This is his story. Listen. Let's begin. In a small city lived a young painter named Aarav. His small studio was on the second floor of an old building. Every morning, sunlight would come through the window. Dust particles would dance in the golden light. Aarav loved that light. He was very talented. People from nearby cities would come to him. They would say, "Paint my portrait. Paint my garden. Paint the mountains I visited last summer." And Aarav would paint. He painted beautiful things. Everyone praised him. But Aarav never smiled at his own work. Something was missing. He did not know what. One afternoon, an old woman came to his studio. She was not rich. Her clothes were simple, but her eyes were kind, very kind. She looked around at all the paintings on the wall. Then she looked at Aarav. She said, "These are beautiful, but they are not yours." Aarav was confused. "What do you mean?" he asked. The old woman smiled. "You paint what people want, not what you feel." Aarav did not understand. He had never thought about it that way. The old woman said, "Paint something that makes you happy. Not me, not anyone, just you." Then she left. Aarav stood there for a long time. He did not know what to paint. That night, Aarav could not sleep. He sat on his chair near the window. The moon was full. The sky was clear. He thought about the old woman's words. Paint something that makes you happy. But what made him happy? He had been painting for others for so long. He had forgotten. He felt empty. He closed his eyes. And then he remembered. He remembered his grandmother's garden. He was a small boy then. His grandmother would hold his hand and walk through the garden. There were yellow flowers everywhere. Butterflies would fly from one flower to another. A small stream flowed through the middle of the garden. The water was clear. You could see the stones at the bottom. His grandmother would say, "Look how beautiful this is, Aarav. This is real happiness." He opened his eyes. Tears were on his cheeks. He knew what to paint. Aarav went to his easel. He took a blank canvas. He took his brushes. He mixed colors on his palette. Yellow, green, blue, gold. He started painting. He painted the yellow flowers first, then the green leaves, then the small stream with clear water, then the butterflies. He painted his grandmother's hand holding his. He painted the golden sunlight. He painted for hours. The clock ticked. 11 p.m., 12 a.m., 1 a.m. He did not stop. He was not tired. He was not hungry. He was not thinking about anything else. He was just painting. For the first time in years, He was painting for himself. At 3 a.m., he stopped. He looked at the canvas. It was finished. The garden, the flowers, the stream, his grandmother. It was not perfect, but it was his. He sat down on his chair. He looked at the painting for a long time. And for the first time, he smiled at his own work. He felt happy. He felt complete. The next morning, sunlight filled the room. Aarav woke up on his chair. He had fallen asleep there. He looked at the painting again. In the morning light, it looked even more beautiful. He decided something. He would not sell this painting. He would keep it for himself. That day, a customer came. "Paint my portrait," the customer said. Aarav said, "I will, but first, look at this." He showed the customer his garden painting. The customer stared at it. "This is your best work," the customer said. "This is not for sale," Aarav said. "I understand," the customer said. And he left. Years passed. Aarav became famous. People from faraway cities came to meet him. He painted many things, many beautiful things. But his most famous painting was the one he painted for himself. The garden, the flowers, the stream, his grandmother. One day, a journalist came to interview him. "What is your secret?" the journalist asked. "Why are your paintings so special?" Aarav smiled. He said, "For many years, I painted for others. My work was good, but it had no soul. Then, one day, I painted for myself. I painted what was in my heart. That painting was not perfect, but it was real. That is my secret. Paint for yourself first." The moral of the story? Do not spend your life painting for others. Your work, your art, your dreams. Do not create them to please everyone. Create them because they matter to you, because they come from your heart. That is when your work becomes special. That is when you become truly happy. Paint for yourself first. The rest will follow. You just listened to an original story, The Silent Painter. In this story, you learned many new words. Talented, gifted, beautiful, exquisite, confused, perplexed, empty, hollow, tired, fatigued, happy, overjoyed. Listen to this story again tomorrow. You will remember more. Next week, another original story. Keep listening, keep growing. Smart English Booster.